You might have held this coin in your hand without realizing its importance. A small silver-colored piece marked 20 cents, dated 1968 from Singapore. At first glance, it looks simple, ordinary, easy to ignore. But the moment you understand when it was minted, what era it represents, and how young Singapore was at that time, this coin instantly transforms from loose change into a powerful historical artifact. Sometimes, the smallest coins carry the biggest stories. Welcome to Ultimate Rare Coins USA, where we don't just talk about coin prices, we uncover the history, emotion, and collector significance hidden inside everyday currency. Today, we're taking a deep and detailed look at the 1968 Singapore 20 cents coin, a piece struck during one of the most critical periods in Singapore's national journey. Singapore became an independent nation in 1965 after separating from Malaysia. Just 3 years later, in 1968, the country was still defining its identity, building its economy, and establishing trust in its new currency system. That makes the 1968 20 cents coin part of Singapore's early nation-building era, a time when every coin played a role in stabilizing daily commerce and symbolizing independence. On the obverse of the coin, you'll find the state arms of Singapore, featuring the lion and the tiger standing proudly on either side of the shield. Above them appears the word Singapura, written in Malay, the national language. Below is the year 1968, quietly anchoring this coin to a defining moment in history. This design wasn't chosen randomly. It was meant to communicate strength, unity, and sovereignty, powerful messages for a young nation still finding its footing on the global stage. Turn the coin over, and the reverse displays the denomination 20 cents, framed by clean, geometric elements that reflect Singapore's modern and practical design philosophy. Unlike older, ornate colonial coins, Singapore's early issues favored clarity and function. These coins were designed to be trusted, easily recognized, and durable for daily use in a fast-growing economy. The 1968 20 cents coin was struck in cupronickel, a copper-nickel alloy chosen for its durability and resistance to corrosion. This material allowed the coin to survive decades of circulation, tropical humidity, and everyday handling. As a result, many examples still exist today, but condition makes all the difference. Most 1968 Singapore 20 cents coins found today are circulated, often showing wear, scratches, and dulled surfaces. In this condition, the coin is typically valued modestly, often just slightly above face value depending on demand. However, collectors don't overlook this coin simply because it's common. Its historical placement makes it desirable, especially for those focusing on early Singaporean issues. Where things become more interesting is in uncirculated or high-grade examples. Coins that retain their original mint luster, sharp details, and clean surfaces stand out immediately. These pieces were either saved early or carefully preserved, and they are far less common than worn circulation coins. In higher mint state grades, the 1968 20 cents coin can command noticeably higher prices, particularly when professionally graded. Professional grading services such as PCGS and NGC evaluate coins based on strike quality, surface preservation, luster, and overall eye appeal. A certified example gives collectors confidence and often increases marketability. For early Singapore coins, grading has become increasingly important as global interest in Asian numismatics continues to grow. Another factor collectors pay close attention to is originality. Coins that have never been cleaned are far more desirable. Cleaning removes natural surfaces and can permanently damage long-term value. Even a coin that appears dark or naturally toned is often preferred over one that has been harshly polished. In numismatics, originality tells an honest story, and collectors value authenticity over artificial shine. The 1968 20 cents coin also holds strong appeal for historical collectors, not just investors. It represents everyday life in a newly independent Singapore. This was the money used to buy food, pay fares, and support families during a time of rapid social and economic change. Holding this coin is like holding a small fragment of that transformation dot as the years pass. Early Singapore coins are slowly disappearing from circulation, tucked away in collections around the world. Demand continues to rise, especially among collectors in Southeast Asia and international buyers who recognize the importance of Singapore's early monetary history. While this coin may never dominate headlines with million-dollar auction prices, its steady appreciation and historical relevance make it a respected and meaningful piece in any collection. The most important lesson here is simple. Value isn't only about rarity, it's about context. The 1968 Singapore 20-cent coin draws its strength from timing, symbolism, and survival. A worn coin tells the story of daily use and real life. A pristine coin tells the story of preservation and foresight. Both matter. Both belong in the broader narrative of numismatics. So, if you ever come across a 1968 Singapore 20-cent coin, don't dismiss it. Take a moment. Look at the date. Feel the weight. Notice the design. Ask yourself where it has been and what it may have witnessed during the early years of a nation that would later become one of the world's most influential financial centers. At Ultimate Rare Coins USA, we believe every coin has a story, and the ones we're hearing are often hiding in plain sight. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep checking your change. Because the next coin you overlook today might be the history you value tomorrow. Subscribe to Ultimate Rare Coins USA for more incredible stories about rare and historic coins from around the world. You might have passed this coin through your hands many times without ever stopping to look twice. A simple 20-cent coin from Singapore, dated 1980. It feels light, ordinary, almost forgettable. But the truth is, this small piece of metal comes from a defining phase in Singapore's rise, a period when the nation was transforming itself into a global economic force. Once you understand the timing, the symbolism, and the role this coin played in everyday life, it stops being just spare change and starts becoming a quiet witness to history. Welcome to Ultimate Rare Coins USA, the channel where we don't just discuss what coins are worth, but why they matter. Here, we explore the stories behind the metal, the history locked into designs, and the collector interest that grows over time. Today, we're diving deep into the 1980 Singapore 20-cent coin, a coin that reflects discipline, growth, and national identity during one of Singapore's most important decades. By 1980, Singapore was no longer a fragile young nation. Independence had come in 1965, and the difficult early years were already behind it. The country was now entering a period of rapid industrialization, strict governance, and global recognition as a financial and trading hub. The currency used during this time symbolized trust, stability, and confidence, and the 20-cent coin was an everyday part of that system, used by millions of people in markets, buses, shops, and homes. On the obverse of the 1980 20-cent coin, you'll find the state orange of Singapore. The lion and the tiger stand proudly on either side of the shield, representing courage, strength, and Singapore's historical ties to the region. Above them appears the word Singapura, written in Malay, the national language. Below is the year 1980, anchoring this coin firmly in a time when Singapore was proving itself to the world. This design is not decorative. It is deliberate. It speaks of authority, unity, and sovereignty. Turning the coin over, the reverse presents the denomination 20 cents, displayed clearly and confidently. The clean lines and minimalistic style reflect Singapore's practical mindset. There's no unnecessary ornamentation here. Everything about the design communicates efficiency, clarity, and function values that define Singapore's governance and economic philosophy during this era. The coin was struck in cupronickel, a durable copper-nickel alloy chosen to withstand heavy circulation and Singapore's humid climate. This material choice ensured longevity, allowing these coins to survive decades of daily use. As a result, many 1980 20-cent coins still exist today. But their condition varies widely depending on how they were handled and stored. Most examples found today are circulated, showing visible wear, scratches, and softened details. In this condition, the coin typically holds a modest value, often close to face value, or slightly higher depending on collector demand. However, collectors do not judge this coin solely on price. Its value lies in what it represents, everyday commerce during Singapore's disciplined rise to prosperity, where the coin becomes more desirable as an uncirculated or high-grade condition. Coins that retain original mint luster, sharp lettering, and clean surfaces are far less common. These examples were often saved early or carefully preserved, and they stand out immediately to experienced collectors. In mint state condition, the 1980 20-cent coin can command noticeable premiums, especially as interest in Southeast Asian numismatics continues to grow. Professional grading plays an important role here. Third-party grading services such as PCGS and NGC evaluate coins for strike quality, surface preservation, luster, and overall eye appeal. A certified coin gives collectors confidence and often improves resale potential. For Singapore coins from the late 20th century, graded examples are becoming increasingly popular among serious collectors. Another crucial factor is originality. Coins that have never been cleaned are always preferred. Cleaning may make a coin appear shiny, but it permanently damages the surface and reduces collector value. Natural toning, even dirt or discoloration, is often seen as a positive sign of authenticity. In numismatics, untouched surfaces tell the most honest story. Beyond numbers and grades, the 1980 Singapore 20-cent coin carries cultural and historical weight. This was the money people used during a time of strict laws, rapid development, and national discipline. It passed through the hands of workers, students, shopkeepers, and commuters as Singapore built its reputation for efficiency and economic strength. Every worn edge and faded detail reflects real use in a society that was moving fast and aiming high. Over time, coins like this quietly disappear from circulation, ending up in collections, drawers, and albums around the world. While this coin may never reach dramatic auction headlines, its steady demand and historical relevance give it lasting respect among collectors. As older generations pass on collections and newer collectors enter the hobby, early and mid-era Singapore coins continue to gain attention. The real lesson here is simple but powerful. A coin does not need to be rare to be meaningful. The 1980 Singapore 20-cent coin draws its strength from context, from timing, purpose, and national symbolism. A worn coin tells the story of daily life. A pristine coin tells the story of foresight and preservation. Both are valuable in their own way. So if you ever come across a 1980 Singapore 20-cent coin, pause before dismissing it. Look at the date. Study the design. Think about the era it came from. You are holding a piece of Singapore's discipline, march toward global success, a quiet but powerful reminder of how far a nation can go in a single generation. This is Ultimate Rare Coins USA, where history meets value and every coin has a story worth hearing. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep checking your change because the next ordinary-looking coin you find might be carrying an extraordinary past. Subscribe to Ultimate Rare Coins USA for more fascinating stories about rare, historic, and meaningful coins from around the world.